What's going on, everybody? My name is Zach Hartley and welcome back to another weekly watch list video. In this one, I'm going to give you 4 stocks that I personally think are significantly undervalued and are starting to break out of their bearish trend. I'm also going to review the market conditions, so without any further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, when it comes to the market, things are looking really good. The Nasdaq has just crossed through all-time highs, the S&P 500 continues to break out, and the Dow Jones also continues to break out. All 3 of our major market indices are currently pushing all-time highs, and the VIX, or the volatility index, is extremely very low, which is a good sign. It basically means that there is not a huge amount of volatility in the market, and if you just looked at these charts, you would say the economy is doing extremely well. When it comes to Bitcoin, we did have a little bit of a pullback back to around $61,000. We are now back at $69,000, which is kind of previous all-time highs, and it's going to be really interesting here to see if we get rejected at resistance or if we can break through and continue pushing higher. If you're interested in getting started with cryptocurrency, I personally use Newton, and you can get a free $25 deposit when you sign up and trade with $100 or more. Link is in the description down below. Now, when it comes to a couple other commodities, we're going to look at uranium, lithium, and West Texas light crude. WTIC, West Texas Light Crude, is continuing on this bullish run that I pointed out over the last few months. When it comes to uranium, though, we are seeing a significant pullback from the highs of around 106, and it looks like we could be starting to enter a bearish trend. And when it comes to lithium, we have completely leveled out here. We have started to see a little bit of a rise in price, a little bit of a pullback over the last week. My thoughts are this could be the bottom, but it's too early to tell right now. So I'm holding off on any big trades or any big positions based on lithium prices. When it comes to the earnings report coming out this week, we have lots of companies coming out on Monday and then a couple trickling in through the rest of the week. I took a look at a few companies on here, nothing that really caught my eye and no major names that I'm watching really closely. So honestly, it's a little bit of a quiet week. When it comes to market conditions, like I said, markets are pushing all-time highs. Interest rates are also holding steady. The Bank of Canada and the United States Fed both decided to hold rates steady at the last meeting. We are expecting a few rate cuts throughout the year, but nobody really knows when those are going to come. The artificial intelligence trend is still continuing almost a year later. This is absolutely amazing, and these AI stocks continue to run higher. I'm not sure if we're in a bubble. I'm not sure how these valuations really compare, but if this trend continues, a lot of these companies are going to continue to do very well. When it comes to Canada, we are in both a housing crisis and a productivity crisis, so we have some major issues that are starting to hamper our economy a little bit. Inflation in Canada came in at 2.8%, and in the United States, it came in at 3.2%. So we are starting to get closer to that target, but we still have a little ways to go, and the Federal Reserve and the Bank of Canada are very hesitant to lower interest rates before we hit that target. So inflation numbers are really going to be a huge data point over the next few months, and we're probably going to see some movement when they get released. I believe the next one in the United States is coming out on April 10th. Also,